Good morning, welcome back to Yoga with Adele. I'm Adele and I'm here with the foundation series of yoga with today tree pose, Vrksasana. So we're going to just break it down and explain how to get into it and a couple of modifications. So the first thing to do is just start to pay attention to your feet. So it's really important because the feet are obviously that part of us which is touching the earth in this pose, and actually only one foot because it's a balance. So we really want to make sure that we've got an even weight distribution in the feet. So sometimes people, we have our natural habits and tendencies, and maybe you have a natural tendency to roll in because the arch may have been a little bit collapsed or, kind of flat footed. So you might roll in like this. Or you may be somebody that kind of leans forwards on their toes. So just check in and see which is true for you as you lift and spread the toes to begin our session here today. See if you can spread the toes, press through the ball joint of the big toe, ball joint of the little toe, and then lean back a little bit into the heel as well. And just get that even balance. Think of it like a rectangle, and you're trying to get your weight even into the four corners of the rectangle of the feet. Having the feet roughly parallel, again, trying not to stand with the feet turned out in any way or turned in, because that's going to change the alignment of your structure. If you think about it like a building, we want the best foundation that we can build our pose upon. So once you've got that, I would invite you to soften the knees. So we don't want to stand ramrod straight in our Tadasana here. We want to just soften the knees. And as you soften the knees, just check in with what happens around your pelvis, your hips, and your sacrum and your lower back. So if you're standing like this, you may have this arch in your back. As you soften your knees, your glutes may just relax just a little bit. You can find this kind of smoothness and dropping down in your tailbone, which takes this deep lumbar curve out. You could even take, when we do cat and cow, you could even take a couple of passes of overly extending and sticking the butt out. So you've got this arch in the back, and then tucking under with the tailbone and round in the back. So you could do a few standing cat cows, really exaggerate, pull the shoulders back, stick the bum out, create this lovely arch in the spine. Breathe in, breathe out, take it the opposite way, find a C curve in the spine. It's really good for your back to do this anyway. Drop the chin to the chest. Just going to warm up your spine a little bit and get the glutes working. So balancing poses like tree pose are really good for concentration and focus. I have got some rosemary in my diffuser today, which is also a brilliant essential oil for focus and concentration. And I've got lemon and bergamot, really nice blend. And also our standing poses are going to help to strengthen the muscles in the legs. So obviously they're going to strengthen the ankles, the muscles that stabilize around the shin and the calf and the knee. And tree pose, because it's a hip opener, is also going to open the hip joint as well and create flexibility there. So once you've had a few rounds of your standing cat-cow, then just start to bring your spine into a neutral alignment. What I mean by that is, so neither in an arch or a C curve, but somewhere in between. Draw a little bit in at the belly. So scoop in at the belly just to stabilize the core, because we want to use our core muscles when we start to lift our legs. Don't hold your breath. Now just take your shoulders up to your ears and squeeze them back and down. Create this nice openness across the shoulders and chest, and stack your head directly over your heart. So try not to stick the chin up or down. So we've got this nice building and foundation. So this is okay for us to balance on two legs, a slight softness in the knee, an engaged core, an open posture, and a dignified posture. Take a breath in. Breathe out and just start to peel your left heel up. So you're just coming onto the toes. And then we're going to peel it back down, pressing the heel down, bend both knees, keep everything else stacked. Switching slightly to the left side, peel the right heel. So you're just on the toes. So from the side, this may look like peeling the right heel, peeling the left heel. Everything up here is staying nice and stacked. So we're not kind of moving our upper body or sticking the bum out from side to side. Everything's staying stacked, core engaged, just a peel and a lift and a peel and a lift. So this is your first stage. If you are a beginner to balancing and you are really wobbly, you can also make sure that you're near to a wall so that when you start to take this a little bit further, you've got that support. Okay, good. So once you've got this movement, you're training the standing leg to take the weight, ready to start to lift the foot a little bit further off. Then we can start to, let's stay on the right leg and just peel the left heel again. Now see if you can lift the toes off a little bit. Draw the knee up in line with the hip if you can. And then slowly with control, take that leg down, bend both knees, peel the right heel. Lift if you can, knee in line with hip, keeping the shoulders back and down. So this is where it's tempting to kind of go, ooh, and round the back. Keep that lift, keep the chest open, the shoulders down. You can place the hands on the waist if you like. Lift, lower, lift. We're squeezing the tummy lightly. So this is like a little bit like doing a standing sit-up as well. So you can feel these lower abdominals switching on as you lift that leg and you squeeze the muscles. Using these deep core muscles to help with our balance is really, really key. So keep breathing. Good. Now, the next time we lift the left leg, the one we started on, we're going to take the knee to the side and then bring it back and place it down. Lift the right leg, knee to the side, center and down. Now, this is more challenging for our balance. So as I said, if you need that wall just to lightly rest the fingertips on, you can, because now we're kind of moving around here. So we really need to use our core as we lift, open, close, down, and lift, open, close, back down, and lift, open, close, back down. One more round each side. Lift, open, close, down, lift, open, close, down. Good, excellent. So if you've got that going on and you're feeling quite balanced, now we can start to place the foot on the other leg. So we're going to peel that left heel off, come onto the toes, lift, open. Now just place your foot to begin with on the calf. So not on the knee joint. This is a little sticky out bit here that the foot finds it nice and easy to rest in. A lot of people want to rest their foot here, but I wouldn't recommend really pressing into the knee joint because we want to look after our knee joint. So just below the knee joint, you can rest it in the calf, or we can take it up into the upper thigh and rest the heel right up into the groin there. Open that hip. So if this is too much up onto the thigh, then place it down here. If this is too much for your balance, you can use your wall. Just keep lightly pressing into the wall so that you can keep testing, moving the hand away. Or you can just simply work with toes, just ever so lightly grazing the ground. So can you see I'm still really opening my hip, pressing that back, lightly grazing the ground and just resting the heel. And this leg is still really active and working. So once you've got your tree pose, then press your foot into this standing leg and press this standing leg into the foot. So make like a little suction here, press, press, press. As you do that, feel yourself lift. Can you see? You can even see it. As I press, it makes me grow a little bit taller. And I'm really trying to drop the tailbone down. So rather than sticking the bum out, I'm really trying to tuck the hips under a little bit, drop the tailbone down. And then we can go ahead and bring the hands to our heart center, keeping that dignified posture. And I would recommend finding something to focus on. So maybe not looking at me, not looking at the video. Once you're in the posture, look at something like on the floor, a speck on the carpet or the floor, a little pattern in the carpet or the sofa ahead of you, whatever you've got in your room, and breathe. I want you to breathe into the belly. I want you to focus on that one point and keep lifting through the crown of the head. Good. Let's release by bringing the knee back, placing it down. Let's take the other side. And if you do wobble and you're like, oh, I just couldn't hold it for as long as she did, then that's okay. So if you haven't been practicing something like a tree balance or any balance every day, you know, for the last 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, you can't expect to like master the skill straight away. But practice, get on your mat every day and things will improve. So if you do practice, I promise you it will get better. So let's take the right leg now, peel it off. So we want to try not, as we peel this foot off, we want to try and not let this hip bump out to the side, because that's taking our nice strong foundation out of alignment. So keep that hip tucking in, tailbone tucking under, engagement at the core. Remember we did the lift, take it out to the side, place the foot anywhere along this line apart from our knee joint. So you get to choose. If you've got leggings or pants on that are slippy, that's another thing that will kind of stop you in this pose. It makes it much harder. So you are better off in shorts or to roll up your leggings, or there's some leggings that are a bit more sticky than others that I have. So then externally rotating this hip, lengthening down through the tailbone. This time, instead of drawing our hands to our heart, we could take them out like tree branches and reach them up, reach through the fingertips like a Y shape. Ooh, and wobbly. So find your focal point. Let's breathe into the belly and then expand the rib cage and take a big deep breath up into the chest while we've got our arms extended. Nice deep breath in and out. Hold it if you can. And if you do wobble, just try again. Just keep coming back and building that resilience, so that we build resilience when we're not on our mat. We build the mental resilience and the mental strength to try again. Every time we fall down, we pick ourselves up and we go again and we go again. And this is what we learn on our mat that is invaluable for taking our yoga off our mat into our daily life. So when you're ready, release and come down and just shake out the legs. So there are a couple of variations with the arms, as I just did there, just to finish off this video. You can use your hands to your heart center. You can use your arms out wide. You could move in the posture, and that's going to challenge you to connect to your center a little bit more, because it's just going to be a bit more challenging when you move. Another thing that you can do is, once you've got this pose and you're like, I've got this, I can stand here for like minutes or days, what you can do is you can challenge yourself by closing your eyes. If I close my eyes, that was pretty good with my eyes closed, because that is challenging. I have practiced it. When I close my eyes, what I do is your mind and your eyes and your central like balancing system, which is why I say to focus on one point. It still needs a point. So even in the darkness, if you can almost imagine like a pinprick of light and focus on that, that helps. You can still I can't think what the word is, but you can still get your bearings. I think that's what it is, using that method. So that's the kind of secret that I've found. So I would be really, really interested in hearing which versions that you try. Have you tried with the toes down and you didn't know that you could get into tree balance before? Have you tried it with the wall? Have you tried the eyes closed version? So please do let me know in the comments below if this tutorial has been useful for your tree balance. Please let me know which version you tried, which was your favorite, and do subscribe to the channel. We're on, like, if you're here in the future, at the minute we're on 95 subscribers, and I'm really excited to get us to 100. So if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, please do click the subscribe button if you're here in YouTube. If you're watching this in the Facebook group, then hop over to the YouTube channel and hit subscribe. Let's get us up to 100. Let me know if you're the 100th person, and I'll give you a shout out. So thank you so much for joining me for this Foundations of Yoga practice. I hope you enjoy your practice. Hop on your mat every day, and I promise you it will get much easier. Thank you for now.